are you doing today?
I'm feeling really stressed today. I really feel like I'm at wit's end with my kids and my job. I mean, I worked 40 hours this week, and I had to find so much supervision for my kids. I just don't really feel that I can do it next week.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. I know we talked about last session how we were going to try to find childcare for you because the hours at Walmart weren't working, and you said that your neighbor had to watch your kids.
Yeah.
Did that happen again this week?
No, I didn't really like that neighbor watching my kids. It was really just like last minute. I know I said that they do have kids that are my son's age, but they just don't get along very well. And there was a bunch of fights, just like little fights that the kids had, and I just don't want to deal with that again.
Yeah, definitely. It's totally understandable. We also talked about waitressing as an option and how your 5-year-old was acting up, and you kind of mentioned that you spanked him and it made you feel like you were crossing the line. So we also talked about how the father of your children was incarcerated and how you said that that he wasn't abusive and he wasn't directly doing any drugs, so you were contemplating, involving the kids. So that's kind of what we went over last session, just to recap real quick. So how is work going right now?
I'm friends with a few of my coworkers, but going into my shift, I always just feel defeated almost, like I don't really want to be there, but I have to, so I feel forced, and when I feel forced, I just don't want to do it at all anymore.
So is it something about the job? I know you said your friends are employees, but
well, it's really just how the customers treat me. They act like I'm just like nobody, and it's just, I don't like feeling that way. I don't like people treating me that way at all, especially where I work.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. Nobody wants to be treated badly. So, did you apply to any jobs? I know you said waitressing was an option. I didn't know if you looked into it or not.
Yeah, there was like a diner near my house that I went in and applied for. They said they needed a few hours, but they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Oh, okay. So I just kind of want to talk about today, maybe if you were to get an interview, if you had any interviewing skills so far. I mean, I know you have a job at Walmart. Do you know any strengths that you felt that you had, or any weaknesses that you wanted to work on?
Well, my confidence really has been diminishing working at Walmart, because the stigma around Walmart workers and everything. I did really well with the tasks in my job, but I feel like I could have put effort other places and it would have benefited me.
All right. So, I mean, we could talk about that maybe next time, and we talk about your interview skills, where you're feeling the weaknesses. And do you have access to a computer to maybe apply to jobs?
I have a smartphone, but I don't have a computer at home.
And would you be able to, do you have a resume all set up, or would you need some help with that?
I would need help with that, yeah, because Walmart, I just signed a sheet of paper, and I didn't need a resume. So.
All right, well, that's definitely something we can work on. So something else I wanted to talk to you about, you did come to DCF because you felt like you were crossing the line with your children, which, I mean, it's very brave for you to come to us about that, so I commend you on that. So you said crossing the line. Do you think that this has happened lately in the past week? Like punishing them?
Well, last week when my kids came home from my neighbors, my neighbor was complaining about the fights that they got in, and when we were back home, I got really upset at my kid, and I was yelling at him, and I was throwing stuff, but I know I shouldn't have been doing that, but I didn't hit him. I just lost control for a little bit.
Mhm. So do you feel like he's doing wrong, or do you feel like you're just frustrated and everything builds up and then you act out? Or do you maybe like need a new, maybe like a punishment plan for for your son?
Well, I feel like he could be acting out a little bit, but what he did, I just feel like if I was more there for him, he wouldn't be acting out in such a way, and I kind of see what I'm doing in myself and know that I can't be there, and it frustrates me.
I mean, it is understandable. 5-year-olds, it's a tough age, and then you have a 2-year-old as well, so it can be tough. Have you tried any like stress relievers before you act out, like taking a deep breath or going for a walk?
I haven't really thought about those because I've just been caught up in all of it. It's just really fast-paced, and I mean, I feel like I'd really benefit from doing something like that before I have a freak out or something. Yeah.
Definitely. So maybe just kind of think about that next time. You take a deep breath. Maybe you have to leave the situation, go for a walk, or even take the kids out for a walk or some fresh air.
That's a good idea.
All right. So we briefly talked about the father of your children. He's getting out of jail soon. Have you given any more thought as to including the father of the children in your life?
Well, I got in contact with him
Okay.
last week, but it was just me. The kids weren't there. We were talking about how he's been doing with rehabilitation, and he says that he really wants to be a part of the kids' life, but I know that my kids are going through stuff because of me right now, and I don't want to add to it. It might alleviate some things if he's around, but it could possibly add some chaos too.
Okay. So I did find an article online for you. I can give it to you at the end of the session, and it had a lot of statistics on having incarcerated parents. It was a very interesting article, so maybe once you read that, it will help you make a decision more clearly.
Yeah, I hope so, because I feel bad that my sons don't have a father.
That's totally understandable, and they're boys too.
Yeah.
It could be tough.
Yeah, they have a lot of energy
Yeah.
that I don't know what to do with.
Yep, kids have a lot of energy, and you being a single mom right now, and all the stress from work. So, all right. Do you want to make some homework for yourself? Do you want to maybe plan on maybe applying to more jobs, or you said work on your resume?
Yeah, I want to start working on my resume. Although I don't have a lot of past experience, I feel like the resume is going to be really short.
That's okay. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere,
Yeah.
You can write down your skills and what you think you're good at as well.
That's true.